So this is Dr. Mobeen Sayed. Welcome, everyone. I wanted to give you a quick view of what we are going to do in 2024. We will continue to focus on the long COVID or vaccine side effects or vaccine further advancements. So that is something that we'll do as the events occur or as new studies come in. But one common complaint from Dr. Bean was that we have less pharmacology lectures there, especially less CE or less CMEs for pharma. So what we are doing is this. I want to share this with you. I think you would like it. What I did was I collected the top drugs prescribed in the US. So in 2019, I believe I'm going to speak the rough numbers, about 3.5 billion drugs were, or doses were administered or prescribed. Out of those, about 1.2 billion were these top 20 that are showing in the column A on this sheet. The remaining 2 point some billion, these were drugs that were given less often with less percentages of prescriptions, but these were, of course, a lot of drugs as well. Similarly, the B column here that you're seeing is the 20 most commonly prescribed drugs in emergency setting. So one is the clinical setting, that is when you are practicing in the clinic and what you're prescribing. The other one is emergency. So what I've planned is the following, and I need your input as well. My plan is to have Dr. Bean produce. So these will not be on YouTube. These are primarily going to be on Dr. Bean. I'll tell you what would come on YouTube. But primarily on Dr. Bean, we'll create 2 pharma courses, top 20 drugs in ambulatory settings and top 20 drugs in emergency settings. And I will take on these courses. I've done a lot of research with various healthcare professionals. They say that we have different kind of apps that tell us about the drugs indications, side effects, etc., clinical usage, dosages. But what is less often presented are the mechanisms. And we do study mechanism as we are becoming doctors. We study that in pharmacology classes. However, presenting mechanisms from a clinical point of view and presenting mechanisms with those illustrations that we do here, these are rare. And we don't have CMEs and CEs available for this kind of lecture. So the feedback was that is the strength of this channel, to talk about mechanisms. And we should present the mechanisms. The remaining parts can be done from other places as well. So these are the 40 drugs. There are the green ones here are the common drugs. I think these are 5. So 35 drugs that I'm going to take on in the next few weeks and start working on these. These will become CME and CE courses that will go on Dr. Bean. In this, if you look at the number 7, the 7th most commonly prescribed or suggested drug or drug category is multivitamins. So on YouTube, I'm going to start talking about multivitamins. So that is the course that will go on YouTube. We will put that on Dr. Bean as well. But on YouTube, we'll talk about the lifestyle, the supplements, the herbs, and multivitamins. So these are this is my plan for the year 2024 for pharma. The second thing that I'm going to do is that I have gotten, if you look at the microbiology, it is actually funny to look at microbiology on drbeen.com. Let me actually very quickly show you. There are some, if you go to library and look at microbiology here, there are some lectures that are older. And so I am working on the whiteboard. And then there are some lectures that are fresh. Actually, majority is now fresh. And these, I am so proud of the the way that these have been presented and the drawings in there. So there are another 20 or 25 microbiology pathogens that are important to be covered. So I'm going to try to take them on as well. So with me, you would have the top 40 drugs prescribed in the US in ambulatory situation and in emergency situation, plus multivitamins, plus microbiology. Now, in addition to that, we'll continue to have lectures from Dr. Tom King from UK. He will continue to work on dermatology. So if you see here, Dermatology by Dr. Tom King. So this is a series that he is working on, and he will continue to offer more lectures on this. This is an amazing series. He is a consultant dermatologist in UK as well. Then Dr. Priya Jaisinghani will continue to work on diabetes. She's an endocrinologist in New York. So first she would finish the the diabetes series, and then we'll see other, for example, thyroid issues and renal issues and so on. So we'll go in those directions as well. We have a very, very smart plastic surgeon in our team. His name is Dr. Zishan Maan. He's a plastic surgeon here in Stanford. And I have requested him to create a series on plastic surgery as well. I feel that Dr. Turab Sayed, we should request him to create a series on orthopedic surgery, especially the back, hip joint, and the back meaning spinal cord and spinal disc and the injuries there and the surgeries that happen there. Then hip joints, then knee joints, then tendon, Achilles tendon or tendonitis, and then ankle issues, and then plantar fasciitis or foot issues. So I'm going to speak with him, and if he has time and agrees, we'll have that as well on Dr. Bean. Majority of these are going to go on Dr. Bean because these are medical lectures. This channel here, I have a question for you. This channel it was a medical lectures channel. Then during COVID, we started doing more COVID, in which we talked about news as well. And we talked about the drugs as well, and vaccines and the side effects and the cytokine storms of long COVID, etc. Do we continue on that kind of a path with contemporary news and the contemporary topics, or do we bring back the medical lectures as I'm planning here, but more on the multivitamins and the lifestyle and the herbs and supplements and so on? Minded that whichever direction we go, the face of this channel will become that. For example, if you start talking about herbs, then the face of the channel or the perception of the channel will become more of a herbal supplements kind of a channel. If we go more in medical lectures, which is the basic core specialty which I have and my team has, then it will become a medical lectures channel. So I need your input on that what would you like? I feel that multivitamins, lifestyle choices, foods, plants, these are imperative topics for all of us to know, regardless of who we are. And I think there is I was talking about a topic a few days ago about the opioids abuse and the mechanisms of abuse, or opioid disorder and the mechanism that is produced. And I had never studied that. I looked through my undergrad books as well. I was going to teach that, and there was very sparse knowledge. And I kept thinking that as a doctor, when I was becoming a doctor, I was not trained very well on that. So unless I was in the pain management specialty or anesthesia specialty or psychiatric specialties, I would not know more. And these were the kind of things that actually not only the doctors or healthcare professionals, nurses, NPs, PAs, DNPs, this should be known to normal, non-medical human beings as well. So I have a feeling that we should talk about foods, lifestyles, light, infrareds, heat, exercise, then the various kind of herbs. But I would need your input on that. But on the Dr. Bean, here is the plan. Now, tell me this. Can you imagine that this huge list of lectures on Dr. Bean has been throughout this year, we have been offering it to the YouTube members for $67. And that $67 get you access to everything except CMEs. I cannot offer CMEs as a lifetime one-time membership because we pay annual fees, and the more we offer CMEs, the more fees we have to incur. So it's just not possible for me to throw in CMEs in lifetime. But what I have done is I've been promising since last January that lifetime is going away. So lifetime has actually gone away. So this year we have this $35 per month for CMEs, $300 per month for CMEs. And here is a good news. Now we can offer CMEs on almost all of our topics. I just have to make sure that the topics are up to date and they have the correct information within the contemporary structure. But other than that, now we can start offering CMEs on everything. So I'm working with my team to kind of make that happen. And if you see here, the lifetime is gone. Now for students, it is either $19.99, or I'm going to add one more package here where if somebody signs up with their EDU email address, then they'll get a $9.99 per month. So that is the package difference. And because of this, I think this 67 one-time membership is a gem that is available. And here is what it is. So if you go to this link is present in the description of this video as well. And I'm copying it here as well. I'm going to leave this link up for this weekend. And our site has already changed away from it. This link is only available here. After this weekend, Monday, we will redirect this page to go back and go to the plans page. So all those links that are present on the YouTube videos for the 67, they would start redirecting to our normal pricing as well. So this is the last time this price is available. And after the weekend, we'll just move away from this. The problem with the lifetime is that one-time access it becomes less possible to offer because we continue to produce more lectures and we pay for those lectures, we pay for editing, then transcripts, then the questions, then we pay for CMEs. All of that cannot be included. And then we pay for the infrastructure that uses to run Dr. Bean. And that is not possible to just, keep it within $67. So this is just one more time that we'll offer it. And after that, we'll retire this for good coming this Monday. So this is the plan. Tell me, what do you think? I think we'll have now a lot of high quality pharma CEs available. So let's see very quickly. Sly Fox, you were asking a question about, what is her name? Dr. Susan Oliver. Susan Oliver and I are good friends. We actually had a Zoom call, I believe, last week or the week before as well. I buy her coffees very often for her work. I did invite her to join us once on Dr. Bean channel, and she said the way she needs to prepare to talk about something, she's not just very comfortable with live talks, so she declined. I would have loved to. I actually invited her. Oh, so you have posted that over here again. Yeah, so I had invited her, and she said, I can't go live, but I can do my recordings and put them. And now she has her own channel, so her recordings should go to her channel. John says, COVID still seems to be around, and with it, the ongoing conversation about vaccines as well. So I think it makes sense to keep those topics, but I'm excited to hear about achieving optimal health. Thank you very much. And we'll continue to talk about that. We'll continue. For example, I was seeing a lot of studies coming out, just like a lot of studies came out about vaccines and the side effects after the vaccines rolled out. which kind of makes sense that once they were administered, then you observe what is going on. Similarly, a lot of studies are coming out about the COVID and the long-term effects of COVID, for example, cardiac toxicities or other neurological outcomes. And I wanted to discuss those as well. So excited to learn about my mechanism of action, these meds. Thank you very much. Cool. So this is the plan. So Sly Fox, we should cut her a slack that she may be not comfortable coming to join me on this channel. And so that may be her reason, or maybe after doing a lot of live recorded talks, she may have felt it easy to go live with Dawn. This also may be that with Dawn, she feels more comfortable to speak with him. There could be many reasons. This may be just her polite way of declining. Nuts and Bolts says, would you revisit the question to whether the vaccinated will die in 3 years, updated to consider the excess deaths? No, so this excess death misinformation has just been so surprisingly incorrect. Not only there can be excess deaths because of many other medical issues that appear during the COVID. It could be vaccines. It could be COVID as well. It could be the long-term effects of COVID too. So that question of will they die in 3 years, as remember the person who was saying it, her claim was they would die in March of 2021. So that didn't happen. And so then the goalpost was moved to say, well, 3 years. So that is not a scientific thing. And so I try to avoid those areas where I do not have enough evidence to look at something to say, yes, it makes sense. Linda says, your current path for this channel is appropriate. When you address the current news, there is still time for valuable teaching on herbal supplements, drug interactions, and the vitamins and minerals. So Linda, would you consider that, for example, sadly, Matthew Perry died, and should we have talked about how the respiratory depression occurs with opioid-like drugs, or stiff person syndrome? Celine Dion is suffering with that. So should we have talked about what is the mechanism of those things? So that will be more contemporary medicine. Or if the new events are occurring, new breakthroughs are coming in, would you like that? Or we treat multivitamins and herbs and supplements and life choices and light, etc. So Sly, I'm not in a business of continuing to push someone. She declined, and that is fair, and she's my friend. I would not ask her again. If she thinks that she can come in, she can reach out and tell me that, hey, why not we do a talk together? But I'm not going to keep asking. Joy says that one thing that I would like is an easy index or something so that I could figure out which of the existing lectures to watch. So very good question. And I have two answers for you. Number one, I started asking my team to put together a website, actually two websites. So this is one. This website is called healthybeans.com. What it does is, because it is still sort of under construction, I did not publicize it too much. But what happens is that the videos that we have done on YouTube, I have put them in various categories here, kind of playlists, but a little more organized. So, for example, if you go here and you talk about nasal sprays, and those 6 talks that I have done about nasal sprays, they are present here. They are actually playing from YouTube, but they are organized here. Similarly, if you said, hey, I want to see all the guest interviews that have happened on Drbeen YouTube lecture. So these are all the guest interviews. For example, if you see here, Dr. Syed Heather, Dr. Fareed Jalali, Dr. Keith, Dr. Stephen Phillips, Dr. Elaine, and so on. So I don't know if it is useful or not For example, myocarditis and heart issues, long COVID, vaccine injury, berberine, vitamin C, mitochondria. So I have tried to collect these 1600 lectures into categories. Now, here is another interesting one that you would like, and that is that my team is working on an AI-based site where the transcripts of all of these videos are being fed to AI to train it, so that then you can go to that site and ask the AI that, hey, did Mubin talk about vitamin C? If so, where? And you could just even talk directly with the AI to say what was said. And it could say, in this video, Mubin talked about vitamin C and said the following. And then you could say, okay, give me the links, and you can then go to those videos and watch. That is still being built. Paul says that it might be good to have a question if a contemporary medical. So I think the comment got cut off. The AI would have to say got it, because I say that all the time. Hello, Nipa, how are you? So at Sunnyside says, is the FLCCC COVID sepsis protocol from 23 still valid? It may be. I have to look at it because it is FLCCC's job to keep them up to date and aligned. I have not looked into those. Okay, so now we are on the same page for what to expect. Lots of pharma, multivitamins, herbs, supplements, and microbiology discussion by me, dermatology, endocrinology, plastic surgery, and if we can get Dr. Turab Sayed, then we'll talk about this study as orthopedics as well. So with this, I'll share this link once again. If you are not a member of Drbeen, please do become a member. That actually supports my work as well. And if you just want to get access to so many hundreds and hundreds of lectures, and for this 67 price, it's like not even a coffee a day, then this is your chance. I'm going to remove this link or redirect this link back to the newer prices. Newer prices are actually not a huge difference. What the 35 per month for CMEs and 300 per year for CME was already there. The only difference is that instead of having a 97 per year one time, is now changed to 1999 monthly for students. And if somebody would sign up with .edu, then that will be $9.99. That's the main, meaning it is a lifetime that has been retired. That doesn't mean that the lifetime members now, existing members, they will not have access. They'll continue to be lifetime, but no more lifetime, because it is just not feasible for me to offer and run the platform with one-time fees. So let me just quickly look at the comments. Looks like we are, Sigrid says, sounds like a fabulous season going forward. Thank you very much. And please do me a favor, share drbeen.com as well, or this link that I just shared for this weekend, share this as well. Absolutely. We can request Paul to give us a COVID update as well. Broken Forever says, love you, Dr. Bean. Wish I could afford, but I still love you. So the thing is this, there are an additional 600-700 lectures on Dr. Bean, but the 1600 majority is present here. So you're not, you have a lot of content available as well, and we'll go from there. So John says there was a question about how to give access to Dr. Bean. There are a couple of ways. One, you can buy it with your email address and then just send an email to support to say, please change this email address to this. And so they would change it to the person you want to gift it, and then that person can go in and change their name. The other possibility is to purchase it by signing up with their email address. The only thing is now their email address would receive the receipt, and they would receive all the opening communications. My team is actually working on creating a link that you can share with your with anyone you want to gift, and when they get access, your card will be charged. Broken Forever says, I got a lot of great content for no cost, but I wish I could help support you more. Thank you very much. If you can just share this, if you can tell others. Many times when I talk with nurses or NPs or PAs, DNPs, doctors, and I say, have you heard of Dr. Bean? Do you do CMEs with us? They say, we have not heard of you. So familiarity is a problem for us. And I think it's a problem for every business, and they keep trying to crack that code in various ways. So if you can share this, if you can tell others, that is a lot of help as well. So with this, thank you very much. I'm going to paste the link once more. It is in the description of this video as well. And then just these today, tomorrow, and day after, we'll leave it up. Then we'll retire this page as well. And lifetime will be gone forever. Thank you and have a happy new year. And I will talk to you next week. Bye for now.